What's up everyone, welcome back again to your Heroclix headquarters, and welcome to another Meta Monday team build. Now of course, since this is a meta team build, that means it's going to be 300 points modern age. Now this is a team that I played in the recent Tank Open. I came in 4th place, which is not bad, no complaints there. I think there was about 16, maybe 18 people there, I can't remember, it's been a minute now. But it was a super fun event, very professional and everything. But anyway, I built this X-Men team. Kind of had some inspiration from a team that beat me at the first Tank Open. At the time of me making this team, a triple Maggot team had just won Clix Cup, so I kind of took that and meshed it with this other team and made something that was pretty crazy and worked really well. So without further ado, let's just get to the team. Alright, so we're going to start this team build off with 3 Maggots. Now this guy is insanely good for 40 points. So this guy looks pretty cool, actually, very 90s. But yeah, he's got his little maggots there on his arms, pretty awesome. Only 40 points, and this guy does quite a few things. So take a look here at his card if you guys haven't already seen what this guy can do. He starts off with free, generate an eeny or meeny bystander unless Maggot's bystander of that name has been KO'd. Each has max 1. And then free, remove an adjacent eeny or meeny bystander from the map. If you do, remove all of that bystander's food tokens and give them to Maggot. We'll take a look at those bystander tokens in a second. And then free, remove a food token and choose 1, heal 2 clicks, or this turn Maggot can use charge and modifies his combat values by +1. Those are all really good effects. You know, being able to heal a couple clicks is nice, or being able to charge with +1 to everything is pretty crazy too. He'll be like an 11 for 4 on those first couple clicks, which is insane for a 40-point character. And don't forget, he's also going to have a +1 to his defense, so a 19 with super senses is pretty great. And just 5 clicks of full super senses for 40 points is already pretty good. Sidestep and prob too is pretty awesome. X-Men team ability as well can be helpful at times. And then here's a look at the bystanders. So eeny and meeny. Eeny has charge, combat reflexes, and exploit weakness. And meeny has charge, poison, and combat reflexes. So the real strategy here is you're going to want to take the free action to generate the meeny bystander, because being able to carry this dude across the map and then just plop out a pog that technically the pog hasn't been moved or placed this turn, so it can use poison and just instantly get free damage on your opponent. And that's just how you demolish teams that way. A couple of turns of just poisoning all their people to death. It's pretty crazy. And then both of the bystanders have this trait, external mouth. When eeny hits, give it a food token, or when meeny hits, give it a food token. So they don't do anything with the tokens, they just get food tokens for hitting attacks. And also they can attack even because they weren't carried. So you can plop this guy down, poison, and still attack for a 10 attack, 2 damage. And even if you don't do damage, you know, even if they have invuln or something, well, that's when you actually make the exploit 1 to hit with. But they just have to hit and get a food token, and then you can put him on him, and he can, you know, bank that food token for later when he needs to heal or when he gets to charge or whatever you want to do with him. So he's pretty crazy, but we need somebody to carry them around. We got 3 of them here. That's 120 points. And one of the best cheap taxis right now for X-Men is Pixie from the WKO Pixie from a couple years ago. She is great for 45 points, so we'll take a look at her now. So she starts with this movement power that gives her phasing teleport and passenger 3, so she's going to be carrying around all 3 of the maggots. And when Pixie carried characters that share a keyword with her may be placed within 3 squares instead of adjacent. That's actually really good. You can place them behind walls, you can place them behind characters. It's just crazy. 3 squares instead of adjacent. It doesn't need line of fire, so yeah, it's pretty awesome. And then she has a special smoke cloud that opposing characters occupying markers generated by this power can use Earthbound, Neutralize, and Battle Fury. Honestly, I have never used this power from her. It's pretty good, you know, there's nothing bad about that really, unless you have a bunch of shape change characters. I would not recommend giving them Battle Fury. But, you know, being able to turn off their range attacks by giving them Battle Fury and their improved movement from Earthbound, Neutralized, definitely worth. And don't forget that if they're in that, they also are going to get -1 attack because it's a smoke cloud. So it's definitely worth throwing down once in a while, but I usually just use her to carry them around and reposition a lot more than I would use her for that. And then she also has a special damage power later that when she rolls a single d6, you can increase the result by +1, maximum 6, which is just helpful when she has super senses and blades right there. But yeah, she also has prob, and we're mainly just using her as a taxi to carry everyone around. And Mystic's team ability is great. Plus, she has the Mystic's keyword, or mystical keyword, I should say, and that's going to come in handy for this guy. Apocalypse, or Chase, is one of the best figures, in my opinion, in the game for 70 points right now. He's got the Krakoan Revival trait, so he can revive any of them if they die. Take a look at everything else he can do here. So he's got the Excalibur Mystical Protectors trait, which is Mystics, but only triggers during range attacks, and he has Protected Mystics. This did actually come up in one of my games I played at the Tank Open. Thankfully, my opponent was kind enough to remind me that he had this, because I actually forgot and I was about to take Mystics, and he was like, hey, doesn't he have that trait? And I was like, you're right, he does. But yeah, so keep that in mind. He's Protected Mystics. So use him to snipe those mystical characters, and don't forget that he has Mystics as well, because that also kind of saved me. I played against a team full of Jason Wingards that was generating a ton of the rookie bystanders from the Commissioner, and yeah, every time they shot him, they took a Mystics and died, so that was nice. And he almost killed him, but they did at least get rid of the bystanders. Then he also has this great trait here that when a standard character is KO'd, give a crystal token. If that character has the mystical keyword, give 2 instead. So a lot of times if they kill Pixie, I just let her die because he gets 2 of the crystal tokens. But then free, remove a crystal token. If you do, choose a or an adjacent friendly character with the X-Men keyword and a standard damage power. The chosen character can use that power until your next turn. So this is really great to give another friendly character outwit if you need some more outwit, or some perplex maybe if you need that. Or I also used it to give him range combat expert a couple times. That was pretty awesome. So he can do a lot more damage that way. Then he also has this amazing stop click that gives him invulnerability and mastermind. That mastermind definitely saves him a lot of the time. And when this click is first revealed after resolutions, roll a d6 and heal a number of clicks equal to the result. So basically going to hit this stop click, heal him up. He's going to hit the stop click again. And then, you know, you probably just want to rely on Mastermind at that point if he hits the stop click twice. So we are playing him at 70 points, so he's going to be starting at the red line here with Running Shot, Penetrating Blast, Impervious, and Outwit. So really good stats and powers for only 70 points. And like I said, you're going to have to hit him. He's going to heal up. You're going to have to hit him again. And then he's still got Mastermind to rely on. Power Cosmic also, that protected outwit is very handy. And the willpower helps keep him going as well. So don't forget to roll that willpower. And yeah, you also have X-Men team ability. You can actually heal him up off of the stop click if you need to. Don't forget you can do that. Now, the next guy I'm going to bring in here is Magneto, the rare Magneto from House of X. I actually love the sculpt on this guy. It's really cool. Love the white suit. Now for 25 points, we are playing him at the 25-point line. He makes for a good little retaliator. So he starts with a special defense power that gives him energy shield deflection and mastermind, but may choose a friendly character within 4 squares instead of adjacent. That definitely comes in play quite a bit. I literally mastermind damage to the maggots so much because they can take way more of a hit than he can. He only has 1 click of life. He also has leadership, which is very much needed on this team. So most of the time, I probably end up reviving this guy more than I do anybody else with the Krakoan revival from Apocalypse. Mainly just because I really need to keep his leadership, and he's only 25 points. And considering he's also got this retal effect, and he starts with energy explosion with improved targeting characters and like 8 range, so he does a lot for the team. He can really do some big damage. I feel like energy explosion is really good right now, so just for all that, and the fact that he's only 25 points means I'm not giving away too many points if I revive him a couple times, so that's the main reason I just like to revive him a lot. But yeah, he has this free if no other friendly character has been placed this turn, so make sure you don't carry anybody before you activate this. You can choose an opposing character within range that attacked Magneto or damaged a friendly character with the X-Men keyword since your last turn. And you can place Magneto such that he can make a ranged attack targeting the chosen character, then do so targeting only that character. So yeah, just a little retaliation attack. Sidestep, 10 attack, 8 range, triple target, energy explosion with that improved targeting for characters is really great. And then the energy shield mastermind and that leadership special there, pretty great for only 25 points. Like I said, it does quite a bit for our team here. Oh yeah, when I was talking about Maggot, I was also going to show you guys this cool little Maggot 3D bystander that somebody actually gave me during the tournament. It was theirs, and they were just like, here, you can have it. You're going to use it a lot more than I am. And I was like, wow, thanks, man. That's really awesome. And yeah, I actually just noticed it says X-Men on the back. That's pretty cool. I think that's the team that the guy was on that made these. Anyway, yeah, it's really awesome. I appreciate it. I've definitely used it quite a few times since then already as well. But anyway, the next thing we're going to be bringing on the team is this here emotional modifier. Just a 10-point light object. I normally equip it to one of the maggots, and whichever one I end up equipping it to is usually the main one that I will go out of my way to Krakoan revive with him. Just because if we can keep this effect on the map, you know, with whichever one, it's just super useful. And we'll take a look at it now. So taking a look at what it can do, it says, effect, choose one of the following to last until you choose again. Opposing characters within 4 squares modify defense -1. Opposing characters within 4 squares modify attack -1. And characters within 4 squares in line of fire can use Battle Fury. These are all amazing effects to have. For one, because we're already going to be carrying this team full of maggots and just dropping them right in front of our opponent's faces. So for one, if we choose -1 defense, everything within 4 of our maggots gets -1 defense. So if we drop those little bystanders with a 10 attack, you know, it makes it a lot easier to hit everything if they have a -1 defense. And then you can take a free action also to swap to -1 attack when it goes to your opponent's turn. I mean, you won't be able to do that every single turn because you can only take a free action once per turn, but just being able to switch between, you know, kind of offense and defense, because -1 attack on all of your opponent's characters within 4 is also very useful, makes it much harder for them to hit you. And then the all characters within 4 squares and line of fire using Battle Fury can be really great as well. You can kind of shield yourself from mind control, which is huge right now. Mind control is so good right now. And incapacitate as well. You also can't be targeted with incapacitate, which I think is also kind of a big deal because, you know, there are some teams that just come all the way across the map with Wonder Woman and just incap your whole team twice for free, and then, you know, that's no good. So having that kind of, you know, protection against that as well is very useful. And also just being able to cut off range attacks altogether. Because if you're like 4 squares away from your opponent and they're just ranged characters left and they don't have any type of charge or sidestep or anything to get close enough to you, giving them Battle Fury so they can't shoot, just totally, you know, they have to just take a move action. They can't do anything else. As long as they don't have like running shot to get outside of the 4 squares, they're going to be stuck. They won't be able to, you know, shoot you within as long as he's within 4 squares of them, which is pretty nice if they got lots of ranged characters. But anyway, we got 30 points left. So of course, the best thing to throw on any X-Men team is a Dark Phoenix. For 30 points, you really can't go wrong there. Now, I feel like most people must know what Dark Phoenix does by now. But just in case you don't, here's a look at her card. Basically, whenever she KOs a character or does 4 or more damage, you can heal her click past her starting line, which is already insane. She has a free retowel that hits everything within 3 squares and does 2 penetrating damage and gives them an action token. She starts with a stop click with Impervious. Notice that she doesn't have any type of Colossal Indifference, so she can attack smaller characters. Starts with sidestep, 11 attack, 3 damage, 17 with that Impervious. So yeah, basically you just retell on somebody, hopefully finish them off after you've hit them with somebody else. Then she'll heal a click past the starting line, and then if she gets hit, you know, she's got that stop again. So yeah, obviously she's insane. She's got like 10 range, triple target. So, you know, she's Dark Phoenix. She's got to be on the team. But I'll admit, in my time playing this team, she did almost nothing. I think she literally got a retell off 1 time in my first game and then got immediately killed. And in every other game, they came across the map and they just one-shot her right away. So I've actually been thinking about replacing her, this Magneto, and actually the object, as good as it is, and running Savage Lands Magneto, because that can potentially take away 75 points of your opponent's team. And honestly, just getting rid of 75 points of their team for a few turns is better than just having a Dark Phoenix get one shot right away. So I don't know. That's an idea I've been playing with anyway. But this team as it is very good. You basically just got to equip one of the maggots turn 1 with the emotional modifier. Probably just want to take the free action to choose -1 attack right away, because 9 times out of 10 your opponent's probably going to rush up on you, and if you just give them -1 attack, it kind of helps you out a little bit. And then when it goes back to your turn next turn, you can choose the -1 defense and kind of retaliate on them. You carry everybody up with her, place them within 3, then they can sidestep, then they can place their bystander to poison or to charge with exploit, whatever you might need to do depending on the situation. You have him here. Not only does he make a great range attacker, but he also, you know, provides the revival mainly for whichever one has the modifier and kind of this guy. But also being able to just hand out extra outwits and perplexes and probs and whatever after you start getting some kills and stuff. It is really, really useful. It does come in handy quite a bit. And then, of course, once things do start getting hit, you retal usually with this guy or her, whatever has the best retal option at the time. But yeah, that's pretty much it. It's a pretty straightforward team. Just run up, drop a bunch of bystanders, poison everything to death, and then do it all over again. It's a simple strategy, but it worked quite well. I did place 4th at the Tank Open with this team. So just let me know what you guys think of this team. Is there anything you would change or do differently? I'd like to hear about that. If you guys do want to test this out at one of your big events, please let me know how it goes, because I would love to hear about that as well. All right, now I just want to zoom out for a second to show you guys this map. I almost forgot I was going to mention this map is the Negative Zone indoor. It was with, I think, the Fantastic Four Future Foundation Play at Home kit. I like this map a lot for this team specifically because it does have these like 4 square long start zones. So the fact that you can start 2 squares up and your opponent can start 2 squares up means that her carry can actually get you far enough. If you place them 3, then they sidestep, then you can place the token literally right in front of their start zone to poison them. So if you do win map, I do like to play on this map just because you can actually get full map reach that way. But, you know, otherwise, it's not really that big of a deal. I've heard some people say that you need full map reach because everything has full map reach, but you know, if everything's already got full map reach, then they're already going to be coming to you. So you can kind of just prepare for that as well. You don't really need to get all the way over there necessarily. A lot of times I have had people come like halfway up and just like barrier 2. So, you know, I haven't had much issue with not having full map reach yet, because I can just get far enough still to like mess with people over there. But anyway, let me know what you guys think about that as well. And if you guys have any better map choices, I would love to hear about that too. But yeah, anyway, overall, it's a great team, and I hope you guys like it. Alright, so that's it for this team build. As always, if you guys enjoyed this team, make sure you smash that like button. It does help me out a lot. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about this team. If you tried out a team like it, or maybe played against something like it. You know, I'd love to hear all those kinds of stories, so let me know. And of course, if you haven't already, make sure you click that subscribe button so you don't miss any future videos. And if you guys would like to help support the channel even more, check out the links in the description for our Patreon. You can see your name here and the credits with all these other great people. And but that's going to do it for today. Thank you again so much for watching. And until next time, this has been Heroclix Headquarters, signing off.